Well, happy Tuesday and welcome to VA Careers Live. My name is Mike Owens and I'm a national recruiter with the Veterans Health Administration, as well as your host for our weekly segment, Talk About It Tuesday. If you're tuning in for the first time, I just want to let you know that we are here every Tuesday at 12 noon Eastern Time. So feel free to grab a snack, grab something to drink, and join us as we talk about careers here at VA. Now, again, whether you're tuning in for the first time, you've been with us for a couple of months, or you've been with us for the whole 4 years we've been broadcasting, remember, we want you to be part of the conversation. So don't be shy, don't be bashful. Anything you would like us to know, anything you would like us to hear, go ahead and put that in the comment section. And my team and I, we will make sure to try to get through those questions, comments throughout the day and throughout the week. And at some point, your question or comment may be featured on a live episode of Talk About It Tuesday. So again, don't be shy. Go ahead, leave those questions and comments, and we'll be sure to answer those as we can. Again, this is a VA Careers broadcast. So if you have anything that's related to careers, again, we can answer that. If not, we'll try to point you into the right direction. All right. So, but lastly, before we get started, we all know someone who wants to work at VA. Yeah, we all know someone. If it's not you, it could be someone else. So we ask that you please share our broadcast. Please share the broadcast. Let's get this information out to as many people as possible. And let's do that by using two of my favorite hashtags. The first one is hashtag VA Careers. Again, hashtag VA Careers. The second one is hashtag Work at VA. Again, hashtag Work at VA. Let's plug those two hashtags in. Let's go ahead and click that share button and let's get this information out to as many people as possible. So with that being said, we're going to go into our question of the day. Again, our question of the day. I noticed that looking on the national calendar that today, April 30th, is National Oatmeal Cookie Day. So my question of today is, it's not specific to oatmeal cookies, but what is your favorite cookie? If you can have one cookie for the rest of your life, what type of cookie would that be? And for me, I have a love affair with the white chip macadamia cookies from Subway. I love those. I think I only go to Subway for those cookies when I have a sweet tooth. But yep, the white chip macadamia nut cookies from Subway are my favorite. So if I had to have a cookie over and over and over, it would definitely be that one. So what is yours? So in honor of National Oatmeal Cookie Day, what would you say is your favorite cookie? What cookie would you, if you only had to eat one cookie for the rest of your life, which cookie would that be? And so go ahead and put that in the comment section. And as always, I'm looking forward to seeing what your answers are. So with that being said, we're going to go into our discussion for today. So today we're going to be talking about references. All right. References are a big, important part of the VA job application process. All right. So, of course, the beginning of the job application process is figuring out that you first want to work for VA. Once you figure out what you want to work for VA, that you work for VA, you log in every Tuesday to watch Talk About It Tuesday. Because for you, we're here for you. We're here for anyone that's interested in a career here at VA, or someone who already works for VA that's interested in upgrading their career here at VA. So once you tune in every Tuesday to Talk About It Tuesday, the next thing is go over to our VA Careers website and go search for those jobs here at the VA. You can search for jobs that are on the national scene, whether those are remote, or if you want to work at a facility, whether it's a program office, regional office, anywhere in your area, you can go ahead and search your area, and there's a lot of jobs that are going to pop up. Once you do that, you find your perfect position. You get your resume together. You tweak your resume based on that job that you're applying for, and you fill out the application on USA Jobs most likely, and you hit submit. Then from there, there's the referral process. You've been referred to the hiring manager. Once you've been referred to the hiring manager, you get that call, says, hey, we want to interview you for a job. And there you go. You finally get your interview. You get through your interview. And the last thing you know is that someone's saying, hey, we want to contact your references. So most of us who've been hired here at VA will tell you that the last process before getting a tentative job offer. Now, again, there's some unique positions out here, but I would say for the mass the vast majority of us who have been hired here at VA, I would say that, yeah, most of us, the last part of the process before receiving that tentative job offer was our references being notified. So what we're going to do today, we just want to just give some love to our references. We want to talk about references for a little bit. So the first thing you want to ask yourself is, what is a reference? All right. So a reference is basically someone or people. It can be one person or it can be multiple people who can confirm the claims about yourself. All right. We make a lot of claims about ourselves in the application process. We make a lot of claims about ourselves when we're doing our resume. There's a lot of things in our resume that we put in our resume, and our references can back up the things that we put in our resume. Also, most of us that fill out for VA positions on USA Jobs, we have to do the questionnaire that's on USA Jobs, and there's answers that we fill out or answers that we select on the questionnaire, and our references can verify that the answers that we put on the questionnaire are accurate. Our references could be people that can vouch for our character. What type of person am I? What type of personality do I have? What is my character like? Am I an honest person? Am I a dishonest person? Am I a optimistic person? Am I a pessimistic person? Am I a team player? Am I an individual? Those references can answer all of those questions that cannot necessarily be answered on your resume or during your application, or your references are there to verify the things that you put on your resume. Now, your references can be coworkers. Your references can be employers. It can be managers, someone who was your immediate supervisor. Also, your references can be friends, teachers, advisors. There are many different people that you can put as references. I'm sorry, I can't even say the word now. But with that being said, you want to make sure that you have a mix of people. Don't make sure all your references aren't just friends, or all your references aren't just colleagues. All right, make sure it's a mix, because the hiring manager wants to know different things about you. So they want to be able to talk to people that are in your lives in different aspects, to make sure that they can get the full picture and everything. Okay. All right. So another thing about references is, okay, so you have your work references. So your work references may be, like, again, someone who was your immediate supervisor, someone that worked closely with you. What that work reference is doing is that they're verifying some of the skills that you have at work. Now, the hiring manager is not going to go through your resume and say, "Hey, did this person do this? Did this person do that? Did this person do this specifically?" Now, you may get some that do that, but for the most part, what the work references is verifying is, are you a person that is pleasant to work for? Are you a person that's pleasant to work with? I'm sorry. Are you someone that comes in and can offer a pleasant environment, especially if you're being part of a team? Because we all know that even if you work remotely, or no matter what type of position you have at the VA, you're always part of a team. And your work references are saying, okay, in the workplace, is this person a team player, and can this a person help us accomplish the mission? So that's why you have a work reference. Okay. Your academic reference. Okay. Academic references could be someone that was a teacher, someone that was maybe an academic advisor, or someone that you closely were associated with while you were in school at some point. All right. So basically, that academic advisor, or that academic reference rather, can be someone that can verify your academic claims, someone that can verify you know, obviously your resume says that you have a degree, but it can say, okay, what was your, any skills that you got while you were in school, any honors awards that you got while you were in school, any academic achievements that you received, or things that you accomplished while you were in the academic realm. That academic reference is there to kind of back you up on those claims that you put into your resume, your application process, or your application package. And also, that person is also to verify your character. Again, no matter what type of reference this person is, they're all the one biggest thing that they all have in common is that at some point all of those references are going to back up your character and personality. So all right. So now you have character references. So now your character references could be someone that may be a close friend, someone that can be a family member, or someone that's just associated with you outside of the academic world and the professional world. Those people are probably the people that know the most about you. They're probably the people that know you inside and out. So character witnesses are good because they're able to talk about you on a more intimate level, whether that's a friendship or whatever. But that person's able to kind of talk about you, give that hiring manager the warm and fuzzy about you because they know who you truly are. Okay, so here's some things. Here's some other things that I want to talk about regarding references. All right. Um, Again, first thing you want to do when it comes to references is let whoever you pick for your references, let them know that they're being selected to be a reference. You never want anyone to be caught off guard. All right. If you have someone as a reference, make sure that they know that they are a reference, and at some point someone's going to be calling them about you. Also, um, don't just let them know that initially. Don't just say, hey, you're a reference. And now they've been on your reference list for the last 3 years, and all of a sudden they get something out the blue. If you are actively in the job search process and you are applying for jobs, and especially if you've gotten an interview and you've interviewed for positions, let your references know that, hey, I just recently applied for a position or I just recently interviewed for a position. And so there could be a chance in the next few days that some number is going to pop up on your phone. That may be someone calling you, asking about me. Because we know, just be reality here. A lot of us, when we see numbers that we don't know on our phone, we just kind of ignore it. We send it to voicemail, hoping that the person will leave a voicemail or hoping that that person will send a text message. But again, when someone's being in contact for a reference, or you let them know that they may be in contact, then if they see a number, then they'll answer it because they say, hey, well, maybe this is someone I'm calling on behalf of my friend or my coworker or whatever. So again, don't just tell your references when you put them on your reference list that they're a reference. Every time you apply for a job, apply for a vacancy here at VA, make sure that that person is notified that, hey, I just did this, so you may be getting a call in the next few days to vouch for me. All right. Make sure your references can they can answer questions that are related to your work experience. All right. Again, the hiring manager wants to know, are you a good fit for the job? Do you have the skills that you say you have? Do you have basically they want to verify that stuff on your application. So make sure your references can accurately answer questions related to your work experience. Make sure they can speak to your work ethic in a positive way. All right. Because you don't want to get on there. You don't want to get a reference to someone that's going to say, well, this person, they always come to work late. They're never on time. And when they come in, they make the work atmosphere so negative. You have to kind of walk on eggshells around this person and all of this and all that. And make sure it's someone that can talk about you positively. Okay. We know at work, we all have our good days and our bad days. Most of us have a lot of more good days than we have bad days, but you don't want to pick someone that's going to only talk about your bad days. Make sure there's somebody that talks about all of the positive and amazing things that you've done at either your current job or positions in the past. All right. Next thing is, if you're going to use a work reference, don't pick someone that you worked with 20 years ago. All right. I would say the last maybe 3 years. Pick someone that's worked with you within the last 3 years. 5 years at the most, but I would say in the last 3 years, pick someone that has worked with you within the last 3 years. Someone that's more recent that can talk about you in the workplace most recently. Because again, I always say we're a different person every 5 years. So if you find someone that worked with you 20 years ago, you're probably not even that same person anymore. Not saying that you become a whole different person, but as we get older, our personalities change, our work ethic change, our wisdom changes. There's a lot about us that change, even though the foundation may be the same. So I would say, yeah, don't get some. If you're 40 years old, don't find someone that worked with you when you were 25 years old, or somebody that worked with you when you were 21. Because at 40, you're a different person than you were at 21. So I would say yes, find somebody that's worked with you within the last three. I would say 3 to 5 years is a good happy medium. All right. Um, Again, find somebody that can express themselves. All right, you don't want to find a reference that can't accurately articulate themselves. All right, there's a lot of people who, there's a lot of people who are out here and they know what they want to say, but they can't necessarily. They have a hard time articulating it through the phone. All right. Um, just make sure that your reference is someone that's good with talking on the phone, that's good with being able to articulate the message that they want to convey about you. Understand? It's hard when you're a hiring manager and you're trying to get information out of someone and they're having a hard time with it. Make sure someone that can communicate verbally. Again, the most references are going to come through telephone calls. Very rarely have I seen someone email me asking me something about a reference or whatever. It's always been verbal. So again, make sure it's someone that can talk about you well and can articulate themselves verbally. Understand? When you list your references, the biggest thing is make sure that you have the most latest and greatest information on them. Make sure you have their full name. Understand? Don't have the hiring manager having to guess what the person's name is. Second of all, make sure that they have the correct. Make sure you have the correct telephone number and email address. So you always want to have multiple ways to contact this person. So again, like I said, the most favorite way to contact the reference is through telephone. But at the same time, they may get an email. So make sure they have the latest and greatest telephone number and the most up-to-date email address. All right. If that person is a work reference, make sure you have their company and their title. All right. Let them know if this person was a supervisor of yours or a coworker of yours. Okay. But again, the most important thing about references is making sure that you making sure that you have the most recent information, the most current telephone number, and the most current email address, because you never want a hiring manager to have that information and it's wrong. Because again, if they can't contact your references, you have some hiring managers that will reach out and say, hey, your references, the number wasn't accurate, can you give us a more updated number? Some of them do that, some of them won't. They'll go ahead and go with the next candidate. So again, never be the reason why you don't get selected for position. Make sure all of your information is up to date and accurate. All right. So again, make sure you check in with your references. Make sure that they know that they're references. Again, be wise when you choose your references. Make sure that your references are someone that can talk about you on a moment's notice. All right. Make sure it's someone that's going to talk about you in a positive light. Make sure it's someone that has knowledge about your life and knowledge about your work ethic. All right. Make sure it's someone that you know that can answer any question about you that may come out of the mouth of the hiring manager. All right. Some other things that, again, it's nothing wrong with using family or friends, but don't make your whole reference list your family and friends. You want to make sure that you have professional references also. And professional references are people that are outside your family and friends list. That could be coworkers, bosses, anyone that's worked with you in the past. So again, you can have family and friends, but I would recommend that you do have a mix of family and friends and professional. I would say have more professional references than you do have family and friends. I normally have one friend that's on my reference list, and then everyone else are people that I worked with at some point. All right. Again, choose people that were with the last 3 to 5 years. Don't choose someone that, unless it's a friend, okay? But when it comes to work references, make sure it's someone that worked with you within the last 3 to 5 years. Don't use a work reference from someone that was years ago, because again, you're a different person. That person may not remember everything that you've done on the job because it was so long ago. All right. Don't provide more references that are required. All right. Okay. I normally provide 3 references. I would say again 3 to 5 references. You don't have to put a list of 10 people. I would say 3 is a good number. Have 3 references. Have one personal reference, which again can be a family or friend, and then 2 professional references. I would recommend that one of those professional references is your current supervisor, because on most hiring managers will want to talk to the person that currently supervises you if you are currently employed, or if you're not currently employed, your most recent supervisor. So make sure one of your preferences is your current supervisor or your most recent supervisor. All right. So with that being said, again, references when it comes to the VA hiring process. As I said earlier in the broadcast, that most of us that were hired on at the VA, we can say that part of our process was someone calling us or someone calling our references. All right. So again, make sure that you have a good set of references. Make sure their contact information is up to date, and make sure these are people that can clearly articulate any answer that they have to give the hiring manager, because you don't want somebody that can't clearly articulate that, and then that causes you to not get the position that you really want. All right. So with that being said, the last thing that I want to do today, I did something last week. I went to USA Jobs and just looked up. I looked up some recent jobs that are open to the public, and I want to do that real quick. So if you bear with me, I'm gonna just type that in. So I'm going to go to USA Jobs. I'm going to filter all the jobs for veterans, for the Department of Veterans Affairs, of course, because we want you to come work here at VA. I will click on open to the public. That means anyone that's a U.S. citizen can apply for these positions. And I will do the most recent open positions, so the positions that open today. So let's see what some positions that you all out there can apply for today. So we have a vocational rehabilitation specialist job that opened today. That's out there. Well, it has multiple locations, so let's see where it is. So this vocational rehabilitation specialist will be working in Alabama. It looks like. Actually, no, there's positions all over. So this is a multiple, so 78 locations. 78 locations. So if you have any experience as a vocational rehabilitation specialist and you're interested in working at VA, guess what? There are multiple positions open, and they're open all across the country. There are 78 locations that are hiring for vocational rehabilitation specialists. So again, that's our hottest job that came out today. Let's see what else is out there. We have contract specialist position that's open. Again, this looks like it's a remote position. So if you have extensive, it's a GS-14. So if you have extensive experience as a contract specialist, go on to USA Jobs. Let's see what we have. We also have an IT specialist, information technology specialist. That's a GS-14. So if you have some extensive IT experience, and it looks like this one may be a remote position also. Let's see what we have out here. A medical records technician. So if you have a certificate or degree in coding, medical coding, it's a GS 4 through 8 position. And as a coder, inpatient coder, it looks like this one is also a remote job. So all you out there asking for remote jobs, there are remote jobs out there. Let's see what we have out here. We also have another medical records technician, another coder position, which is also GS 4 through 8. That one's open. It looks like it's a remote position. We have a social worker position that's open. It looks like this is going to be in Visit 16, which is the Fayetteville, Arkansas, Little Rock, Arkansas, Alexandria, Louisiana, Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Houston. Looks like we have social worker positions that are open there. And again, these are positions that are open to the public. So let's see. I'm going to do one more. Let's see what we have. I'm scrolling. Of course, we have clinician positions open and everything. So let's do this. I'm sorry. I had it filtered to New Orleans. So let's take it out of New Orleans. Oh, yeah. And there's a lot of more stuff. So we have positions. We have a food service worker position. that's open, and I think this is Chillicothe, Ohio. If I say that wrong, please correct me. But I think it's Chillicothe or Chillicothe, Ohio. At the VA Medical Center out there, there's a food service worker. We have an opening for a biomedical engineer in Richmond, Virginia, which is a GS-14. We have a diagnostic radiologic tech position open in Montgomery, Alabama, which is GS9. We have a supply technician, so GS5 position that's open in Syracuse, New York. Again, these are all positions that are open to the public. We have a physician, tele-emergency care director position open out in DC, Baltimore, Beckley, West Virginia, and Clarksburg, West Virginia. We have some registered nursing positions for outpatient out in Augusta, Georgia. We have a police officer. So if you have some police officer, some law enforcement experience, and you want to be a VA police officer, we have a position open out in Indianapolis. So yeah, so we have excuse me if there was a delay in the broadcast, but yes. So basically, we were just going over some positions that were open here at VA. So again, go to USA Jobs, click on those recent positions, and you'll see a lot of positions that are open to the public. So with that being said, thank you for watching. Again, what is your favorite cookie? Today is National Oatmeal Cookie Day. What's your favorite cookie? Mine is the white chip macadamia nut cookie from Subway. If I can eat that for the rest of my life, I will. But what's your favorite cookie out there in honor of National Oatmeal Cookie Day? And again, thank you for watching. Leave those questions in the comments, and we'll see you on next week. Have a great day.